Our Constitution is under attack. Now is the time for the citizens to stand together. Come join the digital revolution. You might want to put on some pants, bro, because it's about to get crazy.
And that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.
Hey YouTube, Southern Yankee 571 back again, and I am just livid with this political BS that just went on in our new 2020 election. It's a good ththing that I waited a week to after election to cover, because we were doing the 17th Amendment. It goes hand in hand with the election, and I'm losing my mind here, ladies and gentlemen, and it has a lot to do with the fact that why is there a candidate that had the mass majority of the votes but still lost the election? And it had to do with the Electoral College and a lot of shady stuff. And I said it before, I don't believe in coincidences, and those of you that believe in coincidences, there are just too many of them to not ask questions. So as we continue on, I think now with the Democrats being in office and the narrative being pushed forward, I'm going to be trying to do something a little different with the channel. I'm still working things out, but I'm going to definitely give mad props to people that I believe are going to be suppressed here in the near future. And we're talking people like Dr. Kanan Bridges and Graham Allen and the Hodge twins and everybody over Restricted Republic. But just the way things are going right now, I mean, I'm losing my mind. All right, for people who don't believe the narrative is an agenda, just look at Oregon right now. Okay, the state of Oregon has legalized narcotics. And I'm not talking marijuana, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking crack, I'm talking cocaine, I'm talking heroin. Like, they're trying to kill off the Oregon citizens. But what do I know? I'm an ex-drug addict. That shit's dangerous. Why are you going to legalize it? But as we go on to the show today, going to talk a little bit about Lisa Haven last week covered a piece by Tucker Carlson from Fox News. He did a piece that was quite interesting. So why don't we take a look and see what Lisa had covered on that, shall we?
InfoWars, but it's a video of Tucker Carlson sending a warning out to the American people. And I'm just going to play it for you so you can hear it for yourself. Take a listen.
Democrats didn't harness the full power of big tech and the billionaire class simply to make Joe Biden president. No. What they really wanted was total control over everything. No more democracy, no more dissent, permanent obedience from the rest of us. And they came shockingly close to getting that. If Democrats had won the White House and the Senate last night, the country as we know it would have ended. Not because Democrats have bad ideas, though they do, but because Democrats plan to impose an entirely new system on our country. Not an agenda, a system. With nothing to check their power, the left fully intended to eliminate the traditional American balances within our government, along with the Constitution and the Bill of Rights that constrain their power.
Ooh, there was a lot that he said there. But basically, the Democrats are doing everything in their power. And had they taken the Senate too, they would have had free run to radically change our entire system, subvert the Bill of Rights, and subvert the Constitution. They sit there and say that they support these things out of their mouth, but then their actions and their laws and their rules and what they pass are alternative to that.
So how am I going to follow up a piece like that? I'm telling you, Lisa is one heck of a journalist. But anyways, on to the topic of the channel. Today we're going to cover the 17th Amendment. Now, the 17th Amendment states that the Senate of the U.S. shall not be comprised of no more than 2 senators from each state elected by the people for 6 years. And each one of them get 1 vote in the Electoral College. And that's for each state that qualifies. Now, this amendment was put in effect on May 13th, 1912. And the reason why it was put in on 1912 is before that, the legislation was the ones who chose the senators. And the senators at the time were nicknamed the Millionaires Club because they only had plans to work with the most powerful private interest groups. Now, I'm not saying they're not still doing that today, but in today's society, we get to vote which one of those schmucks goes in as our senator. Now, back in May of 1995, this is where it gets interesting. This is why I say it fits right in with what's going on with the election that happened in 2020. They had revised the amendment based off of a Supreme Court judgment back in 1955, and that was the U.S. Term Limit Incorporated versus Thornton. And if you guys want to look that up, that is Article 514 U.S. Document 779. That is where we got the right to vote for the senators. And now, back in 2018, conservatives tried to repeal the 17th Amendment and put the power back in legislation. The reason why I thought that was very important with this one is because this amendment has been tossed around over and over and over again, trying to keep the power from the people back into the government. And the best way to describe that is Justice Knight covered a piece yesterday on Restricted Republic. Check this out. Check and see what Justin had to say.
While this wasn't enough, in Antrim County, ballots were counted for Democrats that were meant for Republicans, causing a 6,000 vote swing against our candidates.
We're sure by now you've heard the story of this 6,000 vote swing going from Biden to President Trump. However, do you know the full story? It's much larger than most are reporting on. My name is Justice Knight, today filling in for Lisa Haven. I'm co-host of Restricted Republic, and we felt it imperative that you get the bigger picture of what's happening involving this story in a company called Dominion. Dominion running the election machines and tabulators, well, according to them, in 28 states plus Puerto Rico and 12 of the top 20 counties in the United States. And they just so happen to be located in all the swing states. But what's even worse than that is that this voting machine added a lobbyist who is the ex-chief of staff for Nancy Pelosi. And that is just the beginning of this sordid saga that can impact the very end result of the 2020 presidential election.
So now after you guys viewed this, and I already have my opinion on Nancy Pelosi, so we're not even going to get involved in that. But the one thing that I've been saying all along is that this narrative has been going on for quite some time, and everything's falling into places. And there's this huge pipeline of negativity heading our way, and people don't realize it. They have been prone to keep us distracted and divided for a very long time. And it's just going to escalate now. It's gotten to the point now that probably by 2021, you're going to see a lot of things. There's going to be race issues, black versus white, religion versus atheist, gay versus straight. They're going to try our best to get us to fight amongst ourselves. Tom McDonald said it best in his newest video that was dropped Friday, No Lives Matter. And I'm going to show you a little segment here in a second. I'll let you guys check it out. And like I said, you guys need to check this man out before they pull him off the internet, because that's going to be one of their biggest issues is publicity of the internet. They're going to try to stop social media. They've already done squash things with their fake fact checks and stuff like that. Now, you guys check out this video. Tell me what you think. Yeah, it was just a little snippet, but if you guys want to see the rest of the song, you need to go to his homepage or check out Hangover Gang and just support this man, because he speaks the truth, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, people like him and Lisa and Justice and the Hodge twins and Graham Allen, eventually they're going to take down their channels now that the Democrats have won. Now, on a happier note, Savannah Swindle. You asked me when we're on our live feed about Legiscan.com, so I got a little video here for you. I want you to check this out. Tell me what you think. If it's not much help, let me know. I'll cover more on Legiscan.com because I really believe that we need to get involved in the laws and the bills being passed. You know, it's our constitutional right. This is for the people, by the people. And we've been complacent long enough, figuring, oh, well, someone else will do it. You know, and that's what led us to this. Those in power are relying on us to not get involved, and we got to step up. So, Savannah, check out this little bit of information and tell me what you think.
The legal fellow here at Positive Women's Network. I'm here to give a very brief and quick walkthrough of how to use Legiscan. Legiscan is a bill tracking website. It's a pretty easy use, completely free platform that I personally find really helpful. So I hope that you will all be able to incorporate it to meet your advocacy needs as well. So to kind of walk through as an introduction to Legiscan, it has several levels of accessibility. We're going to be sticking with the one vote level, which is completely free. There are some limits. It caps you at the total number of bills you can monitor, which is 25, which I think for the most part will probably be a pretty reasonable amount, and allows you to track updates from your home state as well as federal bills going through Congress. And generally, these other limits shouldn't really be too much of a barrier. There really should be no reason that you would ever have to upgrade to full. So how to get started on Legiscan is if you go onto the main page, it is just legiscan.com. You click the free registration button and just go ahead and fill it out, username, email, password, etc. Make sure you choose the one vote dash for free account type. You can choose your home state. You can also do searches for bills from other states later on. But for right now, choose and set your home state just for this registration process. You click the I'm not a robot and I have read and agree with the terms of service, and you create a new account. They will send a confirmation email to you. Just be sure to go into your email and click the validation link. That will give you full access to use Legiscan. So make sure you do that as a first step before you dig into any of the other features. And then once you have an account all set and ready to go, you can just log in. And I'll go ahead and log in with my info here just to give you an example. So I'll start off by the dashboard, and you can navigate using this menu on the far left. But the dashboard is really going to be your home page. It's going to give you your home legislature, what session you're in, information. It's going to give you the bills that you're tracking under your bills. It'll also show you what are the most recent active bills in your state as well.
Again, tidbits of information that help out for your future and the future of your children. So get involved if you can. Now, I normally try to keep my own personal biasness out of my videos and give everybody a chance to do their research. And there's a lot of people that just don't have time to do their research. And I give mad props to a group known as Anonymous. And like I said before, it started as teenagers. And it was supposed to be a joke, but they ended up creating the world's largest hacktivism network. And again, it got picked up by a journalist in Washington not that long ago after they were arrested. So everything coming out nowadays is pure journalism. And a piece just came across 4 days ago. And they've been known to have, Anonymous has been known to have their stuff taken down. So I want to show you a segment of something that I picked up based off of my opinion for my research. And hopefully it'll help you guys out. So watch this.
In the world to believe that the natural resources of the earth upon which the race depends for food, clothing and shelter should be owned collectively by the race instead of being the private property of a few social parasites. Everything we think we know, everything that's been taught to us by this system, the science we've been presented with, the education we've been given, the history we've been given, and quite literally everything we have been told by this system is a lie. All of it. And the depths of this lie is quite literally so profound and so all-pervasive that it's almost impossible for most people to even see, because it is quite literally so big that it covers virtually every single aspect of our lives.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for today's show. I had a better setup planned, like I said, but I scrapped everything after I found out what happened with the election yesterday. And I'm on a rant and a rave. I can't understand this, but it is what it is. The narrative is being fully wrote out, and if we don't stop, we're going to end up in a civil war, and we can't have that. And, I love all y'all. I love my country, and we need to stand up and stick together. So, peace, Patriots.